Welcome to InCabin from the creators of AutoSens. InCabin supports the global community of automotive interior specialists by providing a best-in-class event experience featuring an extensive agenda across 2 tracks, expert-led roundtables, and a full exhibition of the latest innovations. We are joined now by Dr. Halina Niemiec, Global Product Director for ADAS and in-cabin sensing for Varroc. And Halina, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much. My pleasure here.
Halina, as a Tier 1 supplier, have you recently observed any new trends or interesting trends or new segments in the in-cabin sensing domain?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think it's very visible right now that this technology is, first of all, really democratizing right now. Yes, it's really becomes part of the standard vehicle equipment already in such markets like Europe, North America, East Asia. But what is even more interesting is that this technology is actually very quickly entering new markets, such as South Asia, right, which were considered to be very cost sensitive so far. As a company which is very strongly present in India, yes, it's actually our headquarter location, we work very closely with OEMs over there, and we observe that both them and also local authorities are currently very focused on improving also in the domain of active safety systems. But what they observe is actually, the traffic conditions in countries like India are very different to those in Europe and North America, which means it's not so easy to implement actually ADAS systems in this market. So they think, what can we do in more controllable environment, which is inside the vehicle, which also helps to prevent accidents. And for this reason, they start to work very, very actively to introduce driver monitoring and cabin sensing systems. And we actually observe this both in the commercial vehicles and passenger vehicles. In commercial vehicles, we in particular see this in the trucks, which works in such harsh environments like mines. Then of course, they think, yes, it's really difficult environment to work. It's very easy to get tired, drowsy in this environment. So in this case, they want to have a system that helps to prevent accidents, right? Passenger vehicle customers, they look more, how can we make more deep analysis on in-vehicle situations? So they look for additional features. Is the driver distracted by some secondary task? Are the hands on the steering wheel? Is the seatbelt compliance there? So there are differences, but always there is the way of thinking, yes, driver monitoring can help us to improve safety on Indian and in general South Asian roads, yes? And we as Varroc, we want to be really actively part of this transformation of this market.
Halina, we're talking about these new market segments, the challenges, the transformation. How does the Varroc product portfolio solve some of the problems and the challenges of these new market segments?
Yes, I think that, of course, there are still very cost-sensitive markets. So we have to think, how can we help them in this introduction of these technologies? So we as Varroc decided to go in very platform-oriented approach so that we can have a high level of reuse between various applications and various customers and various products. So we developed a platform which is called VCAM. And this is actually a platform which is used both for us, our ADAS portfolio and in-cabin sensing portfolio. At the same time, we are addressing with this platform 2 areas of operations of Varroc, which is both automotive and aftermarket products. In this case, we really reduced this initial investment for OEMs to actually start with these technologies. We also work very closely with OEMs, how they could combine this kind of system with other systems which they already have in the vehicles. Yes, so integration of the software on other units like infotainment, ADAS, body computers, so that the total cost of the system can be reduced without making any compromises. And last but not at least, we also have in our portfolio a very interesting product. It's actually a retrofit product, which combines in-cabin camera, some entry-level ADAS camera, and even some small telematics unit. that we can offer as the off-the-shelf retrofit product, and then this can be introduced for some small series of vehicles and allow, without much of investment, the OEMs to get experience with this technology and maybe later on make the decision about launching this technology at larger scale. In this way, we can simply help them to start, right? Another problem of this market is but they still look for their own path in this domain. So the specifications are immature, right? It is not clearly defined what should be really driver monitoring system that works nice on this market. Should there be additional features? So we are prepared that there will be a lot of changes of the specification. So we try to offer OEMs in this segment to we want to offer them like a system which are very flexible. So they will be independent on the camera location. They will be able to use the same hardware, but change the software features. Yes, so reduce the risk for the future projects. We are able to offer them both the full cabin camera systems and driver monitoring systems. So we try to be very flexible in the approach to them. So once they finally define the specification and the feature set that works the best for them, without major adaptations of the system, we can follow this.
Let's continue with this, Halina, because this is interesting. So those markets we've been talking about, what are some of the key expectations then of those markets? And then how does Varroc address those expectations?
Yes, we talk about cost sensitivity, right? But we have to remember that the key expectation is that the quality is not compromised. Why is this quality so important? Well, we have to remember that this is a new market. People are just gaining experience with this technology. This will be pretty much the first introduction of this technology on this market in most of the cases. So if we compromise on the quality, then we can imagine that after the first generation products, there will be no DMS anymore, right? We even have seen in European markets that some very early introductions sometimes were not operating well, and that the trust between the user and the technology was broken, and we had to work like 5 years to rebuild it. We want to avoid this on these markets, and for this reason, when I was explaining how we want to achieve good quality of the system, it was more at the system level cost reductions, but doing things smart, but not compromising, not changing the quality of the system. So we want to deliver exactly the same quality of the system as are being offered for the European or North America markets. So additionally, what we try to do to achieve this good quality is to actually adopt those systems for the local conditions and local populations. So we are organizing big data collection activities in this region, and we verify then against this specific corner cases, specific ethnicity features, right? Our systems, so that they really work nicely in those conditions. We have real test drives on Indian roads, even in densely populated cities. And in this case, we really know how the system behaves in a very specific road conditions. So this is what we are trying to do, and we are really motivated to continue this way.
I want to encourage all of our AutoSens and InCabin viewers and attendees to learn more about Varroc by visiting the company's website. Halina, thank you for your time, sharing your expertise and thought leadership. We wish you the best of luck going forward, and let's do this again sometime soon. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation for this session.
For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to the AutoSens YouTube channel. And for more information about InCabin, visit InCabin.com. That's InCabin.com. On behalf of InCabin in Detroit, I'm Carl Anthony.